The last part of this module is on baseband representation of bandpass signals. So this will serve as our jump-off point before you go to linear continuous wave modulation. So suppose we have a bandpass signal, SPP of t, which has the following generic form. So A of t, cosine of the quantity 2 pi fct plus phi of t. So let's identify each part. The message manifests as time-varying envelope, A of t, which is greater than or equal to 0, and phase, phi of t, with respect to the carrier wave. So visually, ito siya. We have a carrier wave, which is usually just a high-frequency sinusoid, and then we vary the instantaneous amplitude and the instantaneous phase. Now, some examples. When you perform amplitude modulation, you will vary the instantaneous amplitude of the carrier frequency. When you perform frequency modulation, then you vary the instantaneous frequency of your carrier wave. Okay? Now, if we convert our signal from the time domain to the frequency domain, here's the spectrum that you will see. Right? So this is the positive side of the frequency. This is the negative side of the frequency or the spectrum. And then the signal has a well-defined bandwidth, okay, and each component, each frequency component is centered at the carrier frequency. Okay, so this is called the envelope and phase description. Ito yung equation na ito. Okay, now let's try to visualize the bandpass signal as a rotating vector. Okay, so SPP of t, it has an instantaneous magnitude given by A of t. It has an instantaneous phase given by phi of t, and it is rotating at an angular velocity of omega c. So let's say you take a snapshot of the rotating vector. So ito yung magiging itsura niya. Okay. Now, balikan natin yung equation kanina. Okay, so we have A of t cosine of 2 pi fc of t plus phi of t. Applying our trigonometric identity, so cosine of alpha plus beta, then expand that quantity, you can arrive at this result. Okay, so we have Si of t times cosine 2 pi fc of t minus Sq of t times sine 2 pi fc of t. This one refers to the in-phase component. Ano? So, kung ano yung nakamultiply dito sa cosine 2 pi fct, then that is your in-phase component. And then, kung ano yung nakamultiply dito sa sine 2 pi fc of t, that is your quadrature component. Okay? Now, another way of expressing this whole expression is in terms of the complex carrier wave. So if we have the following quantity, so quantity Si of t plus j Sq of t multiplied by a complex carrier wave, e raised to the j 2 pi fc times t. So remember, if we have a complex exponential using Euler identity, that would just be a sum of the cosine function and the sine function. So again, kapag in-expand ito expression na ito, and you get just the real parts of this whole expression, well, babalik lang kayo sa expression na ito. Okay? Now, yung sine function, pwede natin siyang i-write in terms of the cosine function until we arrive at this final expression. Okay? So, this is the quadrature carrier description of S of t. So again, kung ano yung nakamultiply dito, that's your in-phase component. Kung ano yung nakamultiply sa function na ito, cosine 2 pi fct plus 90 degrees, phase shifted by 90 degrees, that is the quadrature component. So we can transform the quadrature carrier to envelope phase description via this expression. Okay, so first, A of t is just the magnitude of the in-phase component and the quadrature component. So, pagbabasihan lang natin itong vector na ito. Okay, so square root of the in-phase component squared plus quadrature component squared, while the instantaneous phase is just the, well, inverse tangent between the quadrature component and the in-phase component. Now, going from the time domain to the frequency domain, okay, so we have the quadrature carrier description in the frequency domain. So applying frequency translation property or Fourier transform on the bandpass signal, ito yung makukuha natin na expression for the frequency transform. No? So ang ibig sabihin lang nito is that SBP of F, the spectrum of the bandpass signal consists of two low-pass spectra that have been translated, and in the case of SQ of F, quadrature phase shifted. Ano yung dalawang low-pass spectra na ito? Galing siya sa SI of F, which is just the Fourier transform of the in-phase component, and SQ of F, which is the Fourier transform of the quadrature component. So these are the two low-pass spectra. So to get the low-pass equivalent spectrum, we have SLP of F defined as 1/2 times the quantity SI of F, the Fourier transform of the in-phase component, plus JSQ of F, where SQ of F is the Fourier transform of the quadrature component. Now, mas madali sigurong maintindihan kung titignan natin siya visually. So, gagawin natin, babalikan natin yung spectrum ng isang bandpass signal. So, ano makikita natin? Okay. So, we have even symmetric spectrum. Tapos, ang sabi kanina, well, your bandpass spectra is just a sum between two low-pass spectra. So, gawin lang natin, concentrate lang dito sa positive frequency content. Pareho naman sila ng content, diba? So, focus lang tayo dito sa positive frequency content. And then, we convert from bandpass to baseband. So, ang gagawin lang natin, we down-convert or translate the whole positive spectrum from FC down to F is equal to 0. Okay? So, again, kunin lang natin ito, translate natin siya from FC down to 0, tapos para mawala itong negative frequency components, then we apply a unit step. So that operation can be described by this mathematical operation. So SBP of F plus FC, so ibig sabihin nito, yung bandpass spectrum natin, i-shift natin to the left by FC, and then we isolate the positive, the resulting spectrum by multiplying by U of F plus FC. So we get the following low-pass equivalent spectrum. Okay? Now, in the time domain, so to get the low-pass equivalent signal, we just get the inverse Fourier transform of the spectrum. Okay? So that is equal to 1/2, so galing dito, 1/2 times SI of t plus J SQ of t. So SLP of t, what can we say about it? It is fictitious and it is complex. Okay? Or, applying rectangular to polar conversion over this quantity, then this is the polar equivalent of the low-pass equivalent signal. So 1/2 times A of t e raised to the j p of t. So this is our low-pass equivalent signal. So we could have low-pass to bandpass transformation in the time domain. Recall, this is our expression for the bandpass signal. So saan siya galing? Galing siya dito. Okay. So, gagawin lang natin, we just manipulate it a bit. We factor out 2 at may matitira tayong 1/2 A of t times complex exponential inside these braces. And by definition of the low-pass equivalent signal, this is our expression relating the bandpass signal to the low-pass signal in the time domain. So SBP of t is equal to 2 times the real part of SLP of t times this complex exponential e raised to the j 2 pi fc times t. Okay? So again, yung concept na ito, makikita nyo yung utility nila as we move on to linear continuous wave modulation.